Welcome to Technical Report Writing Lecture Series on the topic Foundations of Technical Report Writing. In here, we are going to talk about the nature of report writing, the strategies in report writing, and of course, the types of report writer and the qualities of a good report. Now, let's begin with our discussion on the nature of report writing. As stated, the nature of report writing is an objective statement of the findings of the investigator. That means to say, ang sinasabi po nating report writing ay nagpapakita sa hangarin ng investigador na maihayag yung kanyang findings na may kinalaman sa mga circumstances surrounding the crime. Kaya naman tinawag itong objective statement or paghahayag ng purpose of expressing on the factual pertaining to the findings derived from the investigation made by the investigator. Pangalawa, ang nature of report writing is an official record of information that is relevant to an investigation. That means to say, pag sinabi nating report writing, tumutukoy ito sa official na record. Now, why is it a report writing is an official record? Unang-una, ang investigador na gumawa ng investigation report is an authority of the law. So therefore, by authority, he is an official. Kaya yung pong impormasyon na itinatala niya sa investigation report is considered official considering that is also an official record of the police station, and that when it is presented into the court, that becomes an affidavit or a testimonial evidence as it is categorized. No? And of course, nature of report writing is a manifestation of the investigator's personality. That means to say, yun pong investigation report ay nagpapakita sa personalidad ng investigador o ng tao na gumawa ng iyong report sapagkat yun ay ang laman or expression ng kaisipan o damdamin ng naghahayag na investigador mula sa mga natatanging impormasyon na nakuha sa pag-iimbestiga. Again, that is the nature of report writing. Moving on are the points to consider in report writing. Ito po ang mga puntong dapat nating isaalang-alang or tingnan when we are doing investigation report writing. First and foremost, we need to use the best language. So literally, when we speak about the best language, ang atin pong official na language is English, considering that yun po yung tinatawag nating universal language. However, if there is a need to adjust the language in Tagalog, considering the degree of education and understanding of the persons involved in the crime, and so with the readers of our report, we need to adjust into Tagalog. And so with adjusting the language to the vernacular or lingwahe na maintindihan ng mga taong involved sa crime at mga taong may concern or magbabasa sa ating report. However, if we are going to look at the other aspect of using the best language, ang ibig sabihin po niyan, kung tayo ay gagawa ng report, dapat siguraduhin natin gagamit tayo ng mga terms, words, concepts, sentencing, paragraphing, as the case may be. We need to use simple and those which possess direct meaning upang ang pakahulugan o ang ating paghahayag ay simple at direktang nagpapaunawa sa sinumang makakabasa nito. The understanding and the interpretation can be manifested or can be understood by anyone na magbabasa or gustong makaalam sa atin pong report. Pangalawa na dapat natin isaalang-alang in report writing is maiwasan natin yung errors of form. Though ang paggawa ng police report or any form of police report ay may format na, may template na, we need still to avoid making errors. Paano nagkakaroon ng error? In some cases kasi may mga tao na because of pagmamadali, because somehow na-overlook natin ang iba at sa pag-arrange natin ng chronology ng kaganapan sa krimen, sometimes na-over-conclude natin na-exaggerate natin, and because of overexcitement, we come up with an error that somehow hindi natin makita minsan or na-overlook nga natin, no? Nasundan kung ano yung template or format available sa ating record. Finally, puntong dapat din natin isalang-alang in making a report writing is to avoid the errors of substance. Dito, ang ating ina-avoid ay magkaroon ng error sa facts. So, ibig sabihin, kung tayo po ang investigator or tayo yung gumagawa ng report, tanging katotohanan lang ang ating dapat ilagay. Huwag natin sobrahan, huwag natin bawasan. Kung yan lang ang available information as being accorded by the victim, by the witness, or whoever that resource person, we should have to take it. And of course, we should have to ensure it is supported with evidence. Again, these are the points to consider in reporting. Moving on are the strategies in writing a good report. So unang-una, we need to have notes. So with that, mahalaga na tayo ay nagtitake note whenever we extract preliminary information. We as investigators, upon arrival at the crime scene, first and foremost, we need to record our time, date of arrival. And that any information that we can derive from any resource person, the witness, the victim, and anyone there who gives us or refers us an information, we need to take down notes of that. And that, kung makita natin that still insufficient ang mga impormasyon together with the evidence, we need to go down. We need to go back to the field. We need to go back onto the ground and get the necessary information for us to complete. Pag nakita natin and confident na tayo that kumpleto na po yung mga impormasyong kailangan natin, we need to make an outline. No? An outline serves as the draft that we can see the final of our report. So, to make an outline, we need to chronologically state in order the facts that we have doon sa ating report. Ang outline kasi natin ang magpapakita sa kung dapat na ba natin i-finalize yung ating report. So how can we ensure that we are sufficient? Ang ating impormasyon ay kumpleto na po. Just remember, we are guided by the 5 W's and 1 H. No? Yung tinatawag natin golden rule or cardinal rule in investigation. Pag nasagot na natin yan, especially our information is supported with evidence, then good enough for us to finally make our report. No? So just ensure that if we are finalizing our report, we should have to see to it that hanggat maaari, it should be brief, concise, and in a memorandum manner so that the chronology of the order of the facts can easily be understood or can easily be interpreted. Moving on are the types of report writers. So ito po yung iba't ibang personality na gumagawa ng report. Unang-una, those who write without thinking. Yun pong sumusulat ng report na kung ano yung kanilang nakuha na impormasyon without thinking or just following the format, the form, so long as they follow on that, then they write the report. Pangalawa, those who write and think at the same time. Ito medyo maganda-ganda, no? Sumusulat sila, they are writing the report. And at the same time, habang sumusulat sila, they are thinking. So, mas maganda kahit papaano. Finally, yung pangatlong personality are those who think first and write afterwards. Yung iniisip muna, yung kanyang isusulat, bago ito isulat. No? So, kung tatanungin tayo, who is the best writer over the three? Yung pumapangatlo po. Kasi, once again, when we make a report, we should have to think and organize what we need to write. Again, these are the types of report writers. Now, let's talk about the qualities of a good report. Ito po yung mga napapakita, no, na mga criteria. Paano natin masasabi that a report is good? Number one is clarity. Ano ang clarity? Ang clarity ay tumutukoy sa kalinawan ng laman ng kaisipan o damdamin ng isang investigador o ng isang writer as he used to express out yung mga nakuha niyang impormasyon. So, kalinawan. sa mga terms, concepts, and sentencing that we use to describe upon our report. Halimbawa, mayroong insidente ng pagkalunod ng sasakyan. So if we are going to state that the pump boat was capsized because it was overloaded, that statement is unclear. That statement is confusing and vague. So to make it clear, pwedeng ganito ang ating statement, no? The pump boat capsized because it was overloaded. If that is the statement, that should be supported with witness or any resource person and their information to justify the reason, no? Then rescuers confirmed that the sailboat can only hold 5 passengers. Another witness says that the pump boat is carrying 10 people. The reason why being overloaded, the pump boat was capsized. So yun pong mga statement natin as accorded by another person na overcome yung mga katanungan na pwedeng mag-arise at any time because of the statement we have made on the pump boat that was overloaded. Oh, that was capsized because of being overloaded. Again, that is clarity as a quality of a good report. Next is accuracy. Ang accuracy is the conformity to the facts with preciseness and exactness. Ang accuracy ay nagpapakita ng pagiging eksakto, pagiging akma ng ating sinasabi as it is, accorded by the resource person and proved by an evidence. So if we are going to say that the child was hit by a speeding motorcycle, maybe magtanong pa tayo. Paano mo nasabing speeding? At papaano nabangga ang bata? No? So that is an inaccurate statement. So making it accurate, pwedeng sabihin natin, the child was hit by a blue Honda Wave motorcycle, yung description ng sasakyan na nakabangga, which is approximately traveling an estimated speed of 50 km per hour. So yun pong statement is answering the questions why a child was hit by the motorcycle. The description provides on the motorcycle and so with the reason or approximate traveling speed why nabangga ang bata. So anuman yung mga posibleng katanungan na may arise in the future ay nasasagot or masasagot natin. Next is completeness. Completeness ay tumutukoy sa pagiging kumplito ng bahagi ng salaysay o ng ating paghahayag na may kinalaman sa kaso, sa issue, o sa circumstance. So by seeing the missing boy was found, ang issue kasi may bata na nawawala for almost 5 days, 7 days, just like for example, no? So if we're going to state in our report, the missing boy was found, sabihin natin doon na nakita na yung bata, then the statement is not yet complete. Why? There might be a lot of questions na pwede pang maitanong. So with that, pwede natin gawin ganito. No? The 5-year-old boy, description ng bata, from Mabalacat City, taga saan ang bata, who was missing for 7 days, ilang araw nang nawawala, ay nakita na palakad-lakad sa MacArthur Highway at ito ay natagpuan ng dalawang mag-asawa na taga Angeles. So with that statement, we can answer any type of question. Nasagot na natin by providing those statement na nakuha natin from the resource person. Sino yung resource person na sinasabi ko dito? Maybe the victim, maybe the couple who found the child, or maybe the witness. No? So anyone who can accord us with the information and so with the evidence. Again, that is completeness. Next one is fairness. Ano yung fairness? Ang pinupunto po dito ay yung pagiging patas ng ating paghahayag ng impormasyon as we describe the incident over the crime. No? So, mangyari, halimbawa, sabihin natin, sa isang bumbiro, no? Paano na maapula ng isang bumbiro ang sariling bahay niya kung hindi man niya magawa, makapang-apula ng iba? Doon sa statement na yan, kumbaga, in-overjudge natin yung bumbiro. Sa statement na yan, pinangunahan natin yung kakayahan o skill ng bumbero. No? So, ang statement dapat para hindi tayo maging bias should be like this. Paano ang isang bumbero makapagligtas o makapag-apulan ng ibang bahay na nasusunog kung ang kanyang bahay maaari ay hindi niya kayang apulahin? No? So, in that case, hindi natin ino-overjudge yung tao. Kasi hindi naman natin alam yung kanyang kakayahan. No? So, same as well with concluding with an incident or a crime, huwag po natin i-conclude kung walang nagsasabi sa atin na witness and walang ebidensya na nagpapatunay. Kung ano lang ang available information and so with the capacity of such an evidence to prove, dyan lang po tayo. Huwag natin i-exaggerate, huwag din natin bawasan. Again, that is fairness o yung pagiging patas ng ating paghahayag sa ating pag-iimbestiga o sa report na ating ginagawa. Again, that is fairness. And then, we also have brevity, no? Ang brevity ay yung quality of being simple, quality of being direct and concise with what we want to point out. No? Ina-avoid natin dito yung wordiness or yung redundancy of statement, redundancy of information. So, sa puntong ang biktima, no, ay tumawag sa police station daw matapos ang incident, no? As you have seen telephonically, that is very wordy statement. So ganito dapat. The victim called the police station after the incident. So the term called signifies briefness, conciseness, direct to the point na description. No? Yan yung ibig sabihin ng brevity. Yung simpleness, yung briefness, yung conciseness ng terms to avoid confusion. Again, that is brevity. And of course, finally, yung specificity. No? When we make a report, we should be specific. Kasi gusto natin ipunto dito directly kung ano ang katotohanan sa pangyayari. Halimbawa, she died of stab wounds. Namatay daw yung tao dahil sa saksak. So, malawak, very broad yung statement. No, hindi natin ma-specify kung bakit namatay gawa ng saksak. Kasi hindi natin malaman kung ilang saksak at kung anong vital part ang tinamaan. So, how to be specific? Ganito dapat. She died of 5 stab wounds in her chest and another 5 stab wounds in her upper right rib cage. So, yung dami ng tama at yung vital part ng tinamaan ay malinaw at kapanipaniwala na makapapatay ng tao. So, that statement is very specific. Kung ano man ang tanong ay ma-overcome natin. Pag dinala natin sa korte, the defense counsel cannot criticize us because directly we are pointing out why the victim was died because of the sustained injury gawa ng pananaksak. Again, that is how to be specific with making of our report. So just remember that whenever we make an investigation and whenever we put that into writing, you have to ensure to answer the golden rule, the what, the who, the when, the where, the why, and the how. Yung pinakamahirap sagutin dito is the why and the how, considering tanging crime scene reconstruction ang nagbibigay sa atin ng kasagutan dito. Nagbibigay daan ng kalinawan upang ito ay mabigyan natin ng direct, specific, complete, accurate, and clear na sagot. So, scientifically, ganun po ang ginagawa natin. Okay? So, that ends our discussion for this topic. I hope that you guys was able to learn from this presentation. Thank you.